Hello, so we're just doing the Cyanotype pack today. Inside the pack is a clip frame, some pegs, a little information sheet that'll give you some instructions, and this packet of light sensitive paper that tells you not to open it. Okay, so we'll use that later. What you'll also need to do is collect up, which I've put down somewhere, some plants or weeds. So you could use anything like these horsetails, or you could use weeds. I've got some sticky bobs or sticky willy there. I've got like a euphorbia, which grows wild in my allotment here. I've got a dandelion leaf and some buttercup leaves, but you could use the flowers too if you can find them. So I've just got these. You can use anything like that, but you could also use lace or doilies or shapes. You could cut out your own shapes from paper as well. Okay, so we've got everything together that we need. Let's make a start. So I'm going to take all the plastic off the frame first. Make sure you store that. I'm going to put it in my back pocket because it's windy. And then take the frame out of the card. And then I'm going to take the clips off the clip frame, which you can hold them for later, because if you like the print that you make, you can put it back in the frame and use it. But for this we're going to use the pegs. Let's see why. So I'm just going to put them in the box. And then this piece of perspex has two very satisfying films on, so you need to take both of those off, one on each side. There we go, deeply satisfying. Do that. Put them in my back pocket too, so they don't blow away. Okay, and now we're actually ready to go. So the first thing I'm going to do is the next thing I'm going to do is go to my envelope that says light sensitive paper, store in a dark place. So I'm going to open that up. Now you could do this bit if you're a bit nervous, or you wanted a bit more time, you could take your plants inside and do this inside, away from a window. But we're going to go in, there's one A4 sheet and there's some small sheets. As I take it out, I'm going to quickly show you. You can see it's kind of a greeny blue colour. It's been sat for a little bit. I'm going to put that onto the backboard. You can take this bit of paper off as well, it's not important, but I'm just going to leave it there for now. Put it on the backboard there, and I just pick one of these plants. I'm going to pick that horsetail that I picked earlier. Put that on. I'm going to put it's a little bit like pressing flowers, so I'm going to put the perspex on top there, and then I'm going to get my big pegs and peg it down. Now what you don't want the pegs to do is to go onto the paper, so keep them at the edge and there, and then this is all now working. So what I'm going to do is leave this print facing towards the sunshine for about 10 to 20 minutes, depending on how sunny it is. So on a day like today, probably 12 minutes will be okay, or maybe even 10. But we'll come check back in on it in about 10 minutes and see what it looks like. Okay, so we're back looking at the print of the frame now. You can see, because it's a little bit damp, that the plant is actually sweated. There's a little bit of condensation. So if you've got time to dry your samples out, try not to put them in wet. But also, you will sometimes get that when it's really hot today. So even if the plant is very dry when you put it in, the moisture in the plant will kind of, through osmosis and condensation, leak out. So, but can you see that the colour from before was green-blue, and now it's almost like a rusty colour. It's kind of gone brown, and that's all that basically the UV light, the sunlight, has changed the chemicals in the paper that are on the paper. And then what we're going to do, this is quite exciting, so I take the perspex off the top, and that's when you see the shadow of that. Look at that lovely shadow in the condensation. Now I'm going to take the plant off, and what you'll see is that the difference between, you can see the colour, it's actually gone blue, which is because the water and the moisture in the plant has reacted with the chemistry. So I'm going to pop that into the water here. I've just got plain tap water, and it's in an old drawer, and I'm just going to gently agitate it, we say, but just tip it backwards and forwards, not very hard. Now if you didn't have you can use a washing up bowl for this, or you could use a baking sheet, or you could just fill up the sink with just tap water. Okay, now can you see what's happened here? So you can see the shape of the plant has come out into the print there. And the rest of the paper has gone blue. So I'm going to keep washing it like that. So what normally happens with the Cyanotype is that the areas that the sunlight hits turn blue, and the areas that the sunlight doesn't hit stay white. So as we wash it, you'll see it's starting to go brighter, so the shape of the horsetail will come up a little bit brighter. And then when it's dry, it'll actually get darker, and about a day later it should get a little bit darker still, and that's your final print. And once it's dry, that's it fixed. It's a photo term that you say it's fixed, it doesn't change. So there we go, we've made our first Cyanotype print. Now you should have 3 or 4 pieces this size, which is about A5 in your pack, and then 1 A4 size. So maybe test out some different plants on the A5, and then when you think you've got it, you're happy with what's coming out, maybe try one on the A4, or you could do the A4 one first. It's really up to you. So just have a little play, use this nice sunshine. Even if it's a bit overcast, it should still work. Okay, and then what I use is, you could use the peg and hang this on the washing line to dry, or you could just leave it on a surface. We might get the peg and hang it on our nets here. These nets are to stop the pigeons eating my cabbages. There you go.